Who am I here with today?
Amy Patel from Boyds Consultants.
From Boyds Consultants. So tell me a little bit about that. What do you guys do there?
We are a drug development consultancy and we work with hospital institutions, academic institutions, startups and spin-outs and small and large pharma and biotechs. Everything from early non-clinical development through to clinical development and global regulatory strategies and operations and approval. And we have our own clinical operations and medical affairs team and end-to-end drug development capabilities in-house.
Wow.
And we've been around for 21 years, and we really are proud of having worked on 14 of the approved cell and gene therapies.
Really?
Yes.
That's very cool. What's your most proud accomplishment within the company or for the company?
Well, I'm part of the product development team at Boyds, and I also work with business development team. And as part of the product development team, so I'm a product development scientist by training. I did my PhD in pharmaceutical sciences. And as part of what I really enjoy doing is product development, and as part of the product development team, I get to work with investors and companies to do due diligence on assets that they're acquiring. And that has been one of the most fun and challenging and new things that I get to do at Boyds that I have enjoyed the most.
That's phenomenal. So it's a job that most people, you don't go to school to become a product developer. So how did that happen? How did you fall into that?
Well, it goes back when I was a kid, but my mom had cancer growing up, and I always used to say that, and she had very long hair and she lost all her hair. So I always used to say, I'm going to make a medicine that doesn't make your hair fall out. And so back of my mind, I think I was always guided by that as an ambition, and I always enjoyed science, and I did well in science in terms of academic requirements. And when I joined the pharmaceutical industry, I found my passion in research, but more than just being a lab bench scientist, where I really enjoyed and excelled is when I had the ability to have external conversations where what are the problems with drug development and what are the solutions that we have at hand and how can we overcome those hurdles and develop an idea or a molecule and turn it into a medicine that patients can take. And so I was guided by a childhood dream, but with a love and passion for science and the right opportunities and right mentors, I ended up in drug development and in the intersection of business, which is what I love the most.
Very cool. You're very well-rounded.
Thank you.
So you touched a little bit on persistence and resilience, and we call it research for a reason. What is it that keeps you going? What gets you motivated and gets you out of bed every day now?
Exactly that. I have the luxury, and honestly, it's been eye-opening that when you're out and about listening to patients at some of these conferences, you see and hear the stories of the patients and what the parents or the children and the families go through that are suffering from some of these diseases. That gives you the drive and the ambition that I'm not just collecting a paycheck.
Yeah.
I'm making a difference. I may not have discovered the most innovative drug out there, but I am doing my part, lending my expertise and moving the needle to get that medicine to the patient slightly faster and a high quality medicine. And that's what gets me out of bed, and that's my North Star.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool. So we're here at BLPN at the Field of Dreams, and
Love
you
it.
sponsored. You guys sponsored this event. What does that mean to you? What is the Field of Dreams?
From a personal perspective, it converges from the fact that, an immigrant from India with limited resources had the ability and the opportunities at different times, and the mentors and the believers that took a chance on me, and how all of that came together, where I can now say that, and for me, like many of us here, when we're all done with this, I would like to look back and say, all right, I contributed to ABC and made a difference in even if one person's life or one patient's life. That's Field of Dreams for me personally. And I think that's exactly what BLPN is doing, right? It's bringing together all of these people where they have their little dreams and the resources. I think the connectivity, building a community that helps each other, lifts each other, and doesn't let that dream die. I think Christian may have built something, from his own frustrations, but I think that it's saving the rest of us, from some similar frustrations, and hopefully the community comes together to make all of our field of dreams come true.
Yes, that's very well said.
Thank you.
So, looking back to a younger self, 12 or 13, and the world's your oyster. The sky's the limit, but you're an immigrant. You're afraid of what might come. What would you say to her?
Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid of titles. Everybody is a human being, and most people are willing to have decent conversations and provide guidance. And don't shy away from seeking that guidance. And that's what I would say.
Very good.
Yeah.
And the last thing, so you touched on mentorship. Mm-hmm. How important has mentorship been in your journey for you to get to where you are?
Oh, my career took a complete different trajectory because of somebody who took a chance on me. My very first role as I was finishing my PhD was with the preclinical CRO, and it's been bought over since. But the chief operating officer back then, 𝗍𝗵𝗍𝗍𝗍, he gave me an opportunity and took a chance, knowing that I don't have experience with that role, and gave me roles and responsibilities that I hadn't earned yet. And just in the sense that it was a sink or swim situation, and I worked hard, and I think that there was a lot of guidance and a lot of freedom to operate also, but that meant a lot to me in the sense that how it has shaped my career. And from then, I do seek out guidance from executives and friends and true supporters that I feel are positive, that has shaped the way I think, the way I believe in myself, and the way I move forward in this industry.
Well, very good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. This was great.